Change before life forces you to change. In life, change arrives in two ways: the kind we choose for ourselves, or the kind circumstances force upon us. Those who wait and only react when pressure comes often pay with stress, loss, or opportunities that slip quietly away. But those brave enough to take the first step, lead their own lives, and shape their destiny exactly as they dream. Choosing change before it's forced on you is like planting seeds in rich, welcoming soil. You create the perfect conditions for growth instead of waiting for harsh seasons to demand survival. It asks for courage, clarity, and steady resolve. Yet the reward is a life that bends without breaking, strong and full of possibility. Taking the lead in change is the greatest power a human heart can hold. When we transform ourselves before pressure knocks, we don't just live better, we become the authors of our fate and open doors that the hesitant will never even see. Change today, before life demands it of you, because that is the true path to growing up and stepping into real freedom. Yesterday is gone forever, so don't ruin today with yesterday's shadows. Yesterday, with its mistakes, disappointments, and hurts, has slipped away and can never be rewritten. Clinging to it is like carrying heavy stones along today's road, exhausting us and pulling us off course. Every new day is a blank, untouched page where we can write fresh stories filled with joy, hope, and bright energy. If we let dark thoughts rule, we sabotage our chance to feel the sunlight of now, like trying to watch the sunrise through clouded glass. The past is only beautiful when we learn from it. The present is only good when we let go. Take a deep breath, leave every worry behind, and walk into today with an open heart, believing every moment is a chance to live fully, to love, and to be happy. Don't set limits on yourself. Oprah Winfrey. Most of the time, the biggest limits don't come from the world or others, they come from the small beliefs we whisper to our own hearts. We tell ourselves, I can't, I'm not ready. And just like that, doors of possibility slam shut before our eyes. Yet life becomes magical the moment we tear down those invisible walls. Limits are illusions. Human potential is as deep, vast, and boundless as the ocean. Every time we dare to try and step beyond the familiar, we discover hidden strength and long sleeping dreams waking inside us. Think of the highest mountains, the longest roads. Only by daring to climb and pushing past fear do we learn we can soar higher and walk farther than we ever imagined. Never let self-made limits hold you back. Let your heart and mind be the compass. When the barriers fall away, we finally taste the true depth of what we can become, and life opens like a sky without borders. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. Alexander Solshenitsen. When we hush just a little, the world suddenly grows clearer. Silence is like a still lake. Only when the ripples stop can we see the sky perfectly reflected. People who talk too much often miss the most important things, like standing in a garden yet never hearing the wind because they're busy talking to themselves. But those who truly listen open a door for life to walk through. They hear another's heartbeat, the feelings too tender for words, and the soft lessons life whispers in every moment. Learning to speak less isn't limiting yourself. It's giving your soul the space it needs to grow. The less we speak, the more we understand, deeper, truer, and the wider our hearts open. That is the quietest yet most enduring strength of all. If we do not plant knowledge when we are young, it will give us no shade when we are old. Chesterfield. Knowledge is life's seed, and youth is the richest soil we'll ever stand on. In our young years, we burn with passion. Time feels endless, and curiosity blazes like morning sun. Let those years drift by without learning, without feeding the mind, and later life becomes a long, sun-scorched road with no trees to rest beneath. The knowledge we plant today will grow into tomorrow's sheltering shade. It becomes confidence in storms, wisdom in hard choices, and deep peace, knowing we haven't wasted our days. Just as a mighty tree needs care from its tiniest sprout, a rich future begins with the smallest seeds of learning now. Those who study while young are quietly building an umbrella for every rainy season yet to come. Learn not to outshine others, but to give yourself a lighter, stronger, more beautiful life as the years roll on. No act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted. Aesop, kindness, even a smile to a stranger, an awkward hello, or a steady hand for someone weary, ripples far beyond the moment it's born. Like a tiny seed dropped on the ground, we never know when it will sprout or whose heart it will warm without warning. Kindness asks for no spotlight and needs no applause. It is the gentle flame of a single candle, quiet, yet enough to push back the dark around it. Sometimes, an unconscious gesture becomes someone's lifeline on the day they thought they couldn't stand. And even when no one notices, that kindness quietly polishes our own soul, leaving the heart softer, purer, and wider. So be kind, not because someone is watching, but because the world is always made gentler by small, sincere acts, and because every drop of warmth we give returns to us in ways we never expect. Invest 3% of your income in yourself, self-development, to secure your future. Tracy. Through life's long journey, we rush to invest in things that can vanish overnight. Yet the wisest, most lasting investment is in ourselves, our minds, skills, health, and spirit. 3% sounds tiny, a single drop in the ocean, but that drop can change the color of an entire life. It might be one course that opens new thinking, one book that shifts how you see the world, or one workout that makes you a little stronger each day. Every coin spent on yourself is a brick in a brighter, sturdier tomorrow, unlocking doors you can't yet see. Like watering a young sapling, each small effort prepares the wide canopy of the future. Investing in yourself never fails. Knowledge doesn't depreciate, skills don't disappear, and growth compounds over time. Don't hesitate to set aside that small portion to nurture the best version of you. Your future is being secured, drop by quiet drop, through these powerful little investments. No one needs a smile more than the person who has none left to give. Sometimes we meet a face that can no longer smile, worn by exhaustion, scarred by hurt, carrying too much darkness. They are like lamps running on the last drops of oil, barely glowing, yet they are the ones who long for light the most. A single smile offered can become someone's dawn on their darkest day. A smile is a bridge between souls, a ray slipping through a cracked door, an invisible hand touching a frozen heart. The person who cannot smile is usually the one who needs warmth the most. Behind their silence and empty eyes, there may be an untold story aching to be heard. One honest smile can remind them the world still holds tenderness, so never withhold a smile. What feels like a small gesture to you can be water finding parched earth, waking life where it had almost died. And sometimes, in giving a smile away, we receive unexpected warmth in return. Smile not to decorate your life, but to soften hearts that have forgotten how, because a smile is the one gift that costs nothing, yet is priceless. Success only comes to hearts that stay determined and ready to embrace hard challenges. Topsy Gift. Success has never been a gift dropped from the sky. It is a high peak, reached only by those brave enough to climb, even when legs tremble and rocks cut. A determined heart is not fearless. It is simply bigger than its fear. It knows every challenge is an invitation to grow. Life's difficulties are great storms. They can knock us down, but they also forge us stronger, steadier, sharper with each passing day. Those willing to meet the waves reach out and touch each one as it crashes. They understand life is not calm water, and only those who dive into the deep discover the ocean's true beauty. Success finds them not through luck, but through persistence. A quiet, underground river nourishing an entire forest. And when they finally stand in that success, its light burns brighter because it was kindled by every scar, every rise after falling, every tear along the way. If your heart is determined and ready for challenges, believe that success is not just waiting ahead, it is walking toward you with every stubborn step you take. Persistent good work always brings great rewards. Just as the sun can melt ice, goodness can dissolve misunderstanding, doubt, and hostility. Albert Schweitzer, goodness works the same way, quiet, unassuming, yet more enduring and miraculous than we can imagine. When we keep doing small kindnesses, those tiny rays gather into dazzling light. Misunderstandings melt like ice under steady warmth. Doubt, no matter how stubborn, loosens and rises like steam in gentle sun. Even hostility, the sharpest thorn in the human heart, can soften under patient kindness. Goodness is not a hammer that smashes disagreement. It is the sun quietly warming a frozen heart. It never rushes for results or demands thanks. It simply keeps shining, little by little, until darkness has nowhere left to hide. One day, looking back, we see how the good we did took root inside us, making us stronger, wiser, and more at peace. Keep doing good, even if no one notices, even if the harvest feels far away. Like the sun, goodness always finds a way to spread and soften even the harshest things in life. Many small steps, taken one after another, can build great success. Keep doing the little things every day. Never give up. Israelmore Ayivor. Success is like a high mountain. We cannot fly to the top, but we can climb, slope by slope, gripping each rock, moving slowly yet surely. The small things we do today may look ordinary, even dull, yet they are the silent bricks of tomorrow's triumph. Like steady raindrops carving mighty waterfalls, like a seedling growing just a little each day until it becomes a great tree shading the sky. What matters is not speed, it is continuation. Every small step is a promise to yourself. Every persistent day proves you will not surrender to life. And the miracle is, the more we walk, the stronger we grow. The more we do, the better we become. The longer we endure, the closer success draws. Even if results are slow and the road still long, just keep walking, one step at a time. Small, right actions, repeated, create something magnificent. And if we never quit, one day we will stand at the summit, smiling at the faithful footsteps that carried us there. Life is like a book. Some chapters are sad, some are happy, and some are simply thrilling. But if you never turn the page, you'll never know what the next chapter holds. Life is the same. Not every chapter glows with sunlight. There are tear-stained pages, heavy gray skies, yet also pages that burst with light, moments that make the heart race with wonder. The only thing that truly matters is daring to turn the page. If we linger forever on a sad chapter, we'll never meet the miracles waiting ahead. If fear of change or pain keeps us frozen, the book of our life stops, even when beautiful chapters are already written and waiting. Every time we choose to move forward, even slowly, even trembling, we begin writing a new page. The chapters ahead may heal us, mature us, or simply remind us that life still holds countless reasons to live. Remember, no one knows what the next page says. That is exactly what makes life worth discovering. Only those brave enough to turn the page ever touch the wonders quietly waiting just ahead. The future belongs to those who see possibilities before they become obvious. John Sculley. Some people only believe what has already happened. Others see the green sprout while it's still hidden beneath dark soil. Those dreamers who trust possibility when everything looks uncertain are the ones who walk into tomorrow with the firmest steps. Possibility is always there, but it doesn't announce itself like a blazing star. It begins as faint glimmers, vague signs, opportunities still veiled by the crowd's doubt. The ones who see it carry eyes of hope and hearts of faith. They look at what is not yet formed as if it is already shining. They are the farmers sowing before the rains, the explorers seeing paths through thick jungle. They don't wait for the future to arrive. They build it, brick by brick, with vision and stubborn will. People like that always walk ahead of their time, and when the world finally notices the chance, they are already halfway there. The future rewards those brave enough to believe in the unclear and persistent enough to make it real. Believe in possibilities others haven't seen yet. Sometimes your own vision becomes the light guiding your entire life. Sometimes we must change just to survive. But how many dare to endure the pain for the sake of rebirth? Change is never easy. It is like peeling away old skin, exposing raw, tender flesh where pain and uncertainty live. Many hide from change, clinging to familiar habits even when they know those habits are slowly killing their potential. Those who step through fear and bear the ache of transformation rise like the phoenix burning in fierce flames, only to be born again. They understand pain is the price of growth, the toll for freedom, strength, and a life brimming with new meaning. Change is more than adaptation. It is a silent revolution inside the soul, recreating us from the ashes of old limits. And the miracle is, those who endure find dazzling light at the end of the road, where they don't merely survive, they truly live. They learn every scar and every hurt helped forge a stronger, fuller version of themselves. Be brave enough to change. Only those willing to burn and rise again taste the exquisite flavor of the new life waiting on the other side. There are 2 reasons we change. 1, we've learned enough lessons to want to. 2, we've been hurt enough that we have to. Change is never random. It is the result of life touching our soul hard enough to leave a mark. And usually, only 2 clear paths lead us there. Some change because they have learned enough, like a river that has traveled many rapids and now knows which way to flow and which to avoid. Those lessons are gentle yet profound, waking them to the truth. I deserve better. I deserve to grow. That is change born in light. Others change because the pain finally became too much, because their heart could not bear one more wound. Pain becomes a fierce command, forcing them to leave the old behind and stand again, even on shaking legs. That is change born in darkness. Yet in that darkness, they discover strength they never knew they had. Whether from lessons or from wounds, every transformation is a rebirth. Life doesn't demand perfection. It only asks that you be brave enough not to stand still. Sometimes, the most painful steps are the very ones that carry us to the best version of ourselves. We must change ourselves first before we can change our lives. Life doesn't wait until we're ready. It simply mirrors what we carry inside and what we do. If we keep the same old habits and narrow thoughts, life will keep looping in familiar circles no matter what happens around us. Changing ourselves is planting seeds deep in our own soul, seeds of patience, knowledge, resolve, and openness. Every small advance is a drop soaking into dry earth, nourishing new life strong enough to move the world around us. When we change how we see, how we respond, and dare to act differently, life reflects it back, opening doors we once thought impossible. You and your life are 2 mirrors facing each other. Only when we dare to face and transform ourselves does the world truly change the way we long for. Change is not the job of circumstances. It is our own quiet power to craft a life worth living, whole and full of meaning. Never be weak on the path to your dreams. To find your own road, stay strong and push past every barrier in your way. The road to dreams is rough, lined with walls that seem impossible. Others' doubts, fear of falling, and limits we set inside our own minds. Yet only by facing and breaking through each one do we discover the path meant only for us. Every barrier overcome is a gate swinging open to new horizons. Every trial turned into a lesson. Every small step a sure stride closer to the dream. True strength lives not just in muscle or mind, but in unwavering resolve and a heart ready to meet any storm. Breaking barriers doesn't only move you forward, it forges a bolder you, someone brave enough to live the dream, unafraid of falling, knowing every challenge is a launch pad to fly higher. Be strong, be relentless. The path to finding yourself and touching your dreams belongs only to those who never bow to obstacles. If you're tired of your current job, change it or stop complaining. Work, whether joy or burden, sets the rhythm of our days. When boredom strikes, many fall into endless griping and blame, forgetting that we alone hold the power to shift the story. Changing jobs isn't just a new title or office, it's choosing to captain your own life, to turn the wheel, to reach for fresh horizons. If you choose not to change, complaining is just wind whistling through a crack, tiring the speaker and solving nothing. Instead of moaning, act. Every decision, every effort toward change is a firm footstep on the road to becoming more. Only when we dare to move do we free ourselves from frustration and discover real value and real joy in both work and life. Remember, complaints never change a life, but action always opens doors. Genius is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. Thomas Edison. Inspiration is the beautiful dawn flash, but it is only the beginning, a spark to light the way. Sweat, drop by drop, is the river that carries the idea into reality. True genius is not just bursts of brilliance. It is the ability to endure setbacks, rise after failure, and keep working when everyone else has walked away. Every quiet hour of effort builds the difference, brick by brick, into castles of knowledge, skill, and achievement. There is no shortcut to greatness. Inspiration is the flame. Sweat is the fuel that keeps it burning until the end. Whoever understands this knows that persistence, hard work, and endurance are the real keys to the heights of genius. In a world changing lightning fast, the only sure route to failure is refusing to take risks. Mark Zuckerberg. The world rushes like a wild river. Changes crash in without warning. Stand still, watch from the shore, and you'll be swept aside, missing chances, while excessive caution itself becomes the path to defeat. Risk is not recklessness. It is stepping beyond the safe circle, facing the unknown, and testing what might be. It's climbing a mountain as storm clouds gather. Only by daring do we see the breathtaking view from the top. Those who risk, even when they stumble, learn and grow. Those who never step forward stay frozen, watching opportunities drift past like fleeting winds. Absolute safety can be the fastest road to failure, while risk is the key that unlocks new doors, seizes chances, and lets us live the full measure of who we are. In a world shifting every second, daring to risk is not just a choice. It is the only way to survive and thrive.